Did you get a chance?
It
Well,
took
no.
a shit.
Last week, you and I were recording. Unfortunately, while the shop had premiered, and Drake finally kind of verbally broke his silence about the whole Pusha T situation. Did you get a chance to see any clips of that or whatever?
Yeah, I did catch those clips, and he was mumbling, stuttering, just looked a little frail.
Let's break this apart a little bit. First of all, the shop, we had our criticism about the show. Well, I know I have. I own it. I don't like the fact that they sit up in there drinking wine because I've never been to a barbershop where someone was drinking wine out of a wine glass and having such.
I mean, that's a millionaire's barbershop.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of shop they were at, but so Drake shows up. He talks up a lot of things, and Drake is a great artist when it comes to when he talks, saying a lot of nothing. But he gave us some details because he talked about pretty much how him and Ye were cool. He goes out to Wyoming. He's working on some cuts or whatever. He's even helped writing with some songs or whatever, and he gives Kanye the information about his son and everything that he's been going through or whatever. And then he sees that Kanye is dropping dates about album releases around the time where he said he was dropping his date. And then he comes out with an album, which was Pusha T's album, but he doesn't mention it by name. And there's a song on there produced by Kanye, Dissing Me. So with that being said, he feels like Kanye is responsible, even though remember when Kanye had the whole video situation where he was like, I already told you, I didn't tell Pusha T none of that.
Yeah.
Drake feels that's some BS and he's responsible because he showed him your kid, you told him all this information, and then somehow this guy got it. Do you think that's Drake's fault? Or is that, I mean, let's say that's true. You think that's Kanye's fault? Because if you already had this uneasy relationship with this guy and you already kind of been on terms that are questionable, is that your fault? You came in delivering all that information? Or was
Drake
Kanye
said he
supposed to
was
hold
trying
that
to
trust?
open up. He was trying to give people a chance. And then he went back into his cocoon.
So you gonna go ahead and tell him something that you've been doing that's that extremely personal? That's what you gonna volunteer?
Yeah, I mean, hey, he was being light-skinned. Opened up.
Yeah.
Had a moment.
Yeah, that's one thing about it. I mean, he also was upset that this song was about, again, he doesn't mention Push by name, but we know who he's talking about. You know, that the first diss song was about his writing, even though he was helping Kanye for writing.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, we don't hold Kanye lyrically to the same standard that we were holding Drake. I think this goes to show, when I look deeper in this situation, that Drake was more, even though he won the battle with him and Meek, he left that battle with a scar. Because this whole not writing situation still gets to him.
It's lingering.
Yeah, like he gets past a lot of things publicly, but it seems like this whole questioning his pen situation really bothers him. And it's almost like, yeah, you get into a fight with someone and you go toe to toe and you lost. But let's say like you punched him in the eye real good time. So you lost, but you ain't leaving no scars. You ain't leaving no swollen face. I won, but I look like I lost. Like it's starting to look like that with Drake right now because his eye is looking real swollen. Because anytime you mention the whole he didn't write anything, he feels a little antsy about it.
Yeah, but he said he actually did respond to Pusha, and he made the record. He just never put it out because he said some horrible things. He said.
Well, yeah, I was going to touch on that. I was going to touch on the fact that he was ready to go. Apparently, right? He was ready to go.
He made the record. The record is recorded. The record is there, and I hope somebody finds it, steals it. iCloud goes crazy or something. I don't know.
Well, did you find it? Did you see that episode?
No, I saw clips of it.
Okay, so there's a part where he's talking about how the person he didn't want to disappoint was LeBron, which I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
And he also was upset that, yeah, you diss me and you can talk about my kid, you know, whatever, and my parents, whatever, you don't know me. And then he was like, but when you talk about my friend who is dying, someone's going to punch you in the mouth. I'm like, so your friend who has an illness takes more importance over your child? Like, I'm like sitting there like, wait, you would think that the child situation is supposed to be the one to make you want to punch somebody in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And how you feel about him coming in talking about there are rules in this? You think he's right about there being rules? You think Drake has a right to kind of come in and say there are rules or there should be rules in this game?
No, ain't no rules in the battle. Jay-Z said he left condoms on Nas's baby mama's back seat.
Yeah, but he apologized.
in the baby seat, he said.
He apologized for that, though.
But he still said it.
Still said it. That's true. He still said it. He still was ready to go.
Yeah.
Still was ready to go.
TTG.
Well, the part that I think that's some BS is that with Drake is that He's, had songs that he definitely alluded to sleeping with a lot of dudes' girls.
Yeah.
He talked about Kid Cudi's mental illness, like on the record. And in the age where we're supposed to be encouraging and uplifting people about mental and making people aware about mental health, especially in the black community, you dog someone who was dealing with mental health issues. So how is that any better as far as what you feel like as far as there are rules? Like, how was that? And why is no one pointing that out? That's what I didn't like about the shop, because you had LeBron and Maverick just sitting there kind of just like, yeah. This is why you need like a real journalist or someone who's used to hosting an interview with someone in there. And this is why it's not good for celebrities to be interviewing celebrities, because they cater to each other.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's going to challenge another person and be like, well, how about that time when you said this? How about the time when you did that? They're just going to allow you to sit there and talk what you talk with the fluorescent light in the background making you look all glowy.
The fluorescent light background. And
I'm serious, bro. It's like, I don't understand this. Like, I get it. You're expressing yourself and you're upset about the situation, but it sounds like a person who just couldn't take an L. It sounds like someone who underestimated Pusha T, because you are Drake, you are the star. You've been banging for a long time. I mean, Drake is going on a run, probably the longest run we've ever seen, and in the culture. And you pretty much thought that, the Pusha T situation wasn't going to matter. You didn't know that he had that much information about it. And I don't think we get no benefit from you talking about the arsenal you was about to pull. Like, you sit back in your corner and I dog you, I beat you up, and you like, but you know what? I was really going to whoop J. Hall's ass. I had something for him.
What if it leaks?
What you mean?
What if the record leaks? What if we find the record?
I mean, you DJ Academics, you tell me. The scholar, you got something?
What if we find the record?
You got something?
No, I don't have nothing. But if I did, I'd have sold it.
I was about to say, if you did what you said.
Sold it to the highest bidder. Who wants it?
You wouldn't play it?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to play it. I'm definitely going to play it.
But you're going to try to sell it first?
Yeah.
I mean, do you think there's a point to that as far as him and the way he dictates that? You think there's some fairness to that and what he's talking about as far as Drake is concerned? You think we should just leave kids up out of it?
I mean, it is what it is. Once he go low, you got to go lower. It's like limbo.
I mean, Pac said, my fofo make sure none of y'all kids grow.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even a bar. That was just him yelling.
Yeah, that was him talking at the end of the song.
I didn't even know Prodigy had sickle cell into Tupac.
Yeah. Definitely. And he said his wife.
Yeah? So, I mean, I don't know how you can come in. I don't know, man. I just don't like a lot of the contradiction in the game about how there are certain rules for certain things, but certain rules for nothing else, and how no one's calling no one out on this. You understand? Like, you took the L, homie. Just take the L gracefully and just keep it moving. You know what I mean? It's totally fine. Then you waited 4 months to have this conversation. And it's like, if you're going to give us this conversation, give it to us as raw as you can. You know what I mean? This whole, you and I talked about this before, but I don't care. This whole, like, not mentioning someone's name when we all know who you're talking about is so annoying.
Yeah. Pusha T actually commented on one of the clips on Instagram. He said it was smiling faces. He was just laughing. Yeah.
I don't know. I just ain't for it. And I don't think we should be changing the rules because a Canadian rapper wants to come in and say that he don't, things ain't fair for him. Mm-hmm. And I think Drake's a dope artist, but these are the things that he does that makes people kind of like, it's a little bit on that borderline of ish. I'm not a fan of personally.